welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing all okay. Can you believe that we're back with another video? Don't hold me to it though, because you know I'm liable to go and come back when I kind of please. I can't come make it myself. It's a pandemic. Today we are going to be having a conversation about colorism. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe on your way in. I know I'm late to the party, but I have a few things that I have to get off my chest. So without further ado, let's get into it.
27, I've got pole position.
So in this discussion, guys, feel free to let me know what your opinions are on this subject matter down below. I don't think this is a topic that is loudly spoken about, and I think it's just about time that we start doing so make sure to interact with me down below and let me know what the tea is. First things first though, we're gonna have to address something. We're gonna have to address it today. Why is it that men and women of a darkened complexion are either ignored or persecuted for having melanin? Don't get me wrong, I have always known it's been a crime to be black. That's how racism operates. That's how racism has been operating. It's not something new to me. But from your own people, it's laughable how ridiculous it is. Racism, colorism from your own people. The same people that will click of black descent when applying for jobs, the same people. So you mean to tell me that slavery and its enforceable segregation was not enough? We as a people are going as far as to do voluntary separation because of skin tone. We got a lot of problems, and a lot of people will be scared here. A lot of people. I think my earliest memories of colorism growing up was when I was between the ages of 11 and 13. My friends at the time were either significantly lighter than me or they were white. My mother's side of the family are lighter than me, and I just associated fairer skin tone with a beauty standard that this chocolate drop could not attain. So it was tough. However, along the timeline, I grew out of it fairly quickly. I eventually made friends with people with even deeper tones than me, and just remembering how beautiful their skin was, even when they wouldn't see it for themselves. I'd really be wondering and questioning that this no blemish having face, you don't like it? There was not even one blemish inside, and you don't like it. You're truly a fine babe, no pimple. It would always have me wondering. And I just think it's so sad that black people can never truly be themselves without having to validate and justify their skin tone unapologetically against the Eurocentric standards of beauty. Better yet, against their own people's standards of beauty. This notion that light is better than dark is not a new concept. This concept was brought to us by the very same people that colonized the nations. They open their mouths to say that white is better than anything else, and we feed into that. We see cases of people changing their beautiful black skin into a fairer skin, trading their skin for fairer complexion, feeding into that same notion that keeps us below any standard that will ever be acceptable. This notion was brought to us to divide, conquer, and separate the masses so that we would never, ever rise above and rebel. But now look, pitting against each other in 2020. It's pitiful. Absolutely pitiful. So I just want to highlight how problematic colorism is for a quick second. Colorism is so problematic to me because it creates a platform for what acceptable blackness is, which logically doesn't make any sense. Pitting against one another plays exactly into the hands that put us where we are today. Doing so will keep us far behind from what we are truly meant to achieve. And I don't know why. I don't know why you'd want to stay here. A lot of people will be scared here, which is why we got to move forward. We got to learn and move forward. I just thought that because it's 2020, the evil that is colorism has subsided. But it was there in that very moment that I realized, do you know what, actually? There are far too many microaggressions against dark-skinned people for it to be acceptable. It's not that dark skins are ugly, I just have a preference statement is one that particularly upsets me, because if you begin to ask further questions as to why, you then understand and realize this statement is actually seething with self-loathing or outward loathing towards dark-skinned people. Either way, it's the same. Percolating self-hatred amongst black people doesn't make any sense. You cannot dislike someone for biology. Their biology is the reason you don't like them. Showing outward disregard for something as simple as someone's biology is exactly what deters us from being unified. Is exactly what deters us from the greatness we are supposed to be achieving by now. That is exactly what maintains the slavery mentality that is still in power today. You would think that such harmful propaganda that affects so many, not only the black community, but the Asian community too. I once read that Philippines are regarded to be at the bottom of the Asian triangle because they are dark. Do you know how silly that is? Do you know how ridiculous that is? That because I am too dark, I am at the bottom of the triangle because of who even says these things? Like, what kind of person do you have to be to say these things? Seriously. The conclusion I've come to on the reasons why it's not spoken about more often is because people either don't want to talk about it, which would be very ignorant and stupid, or they haven't known anything else. Like, this is something that's normal to them. This is something that is acceptable to them because they don't know anything different, which is exactly the problem with our society. We refuse to speak on things that are very problematic, and I don't get it. I don't get it. We need to work together to understand and realize that colorism is the root of many problems for us, the root of why we can never succeed past the glass ceiling that is put before us. Once we do this, greatness is on the horizon, baby.
Okay.
All jokes aside, guys, we actually have to pattern up and realize that this psychological installation of self-hatred amongst our people has got to go. Us acknowledging that colorism is a scam. Say with me now. It's a scam brought to us by colonization at its finest. We can then, as human beings alike, can then start the decolorization process and be better, but together. Can you imagine? I know it seems a bit far-fetched with how the world is going at the moment, but can you imagine? Anyway, video, I hope you enjoyed. I don't want to go on and waffle because this is something I will literally talk about for years if I could. I definitely have plans to open up more discussions, debates, because this passive behavior that a lot of us have got going on is unacceptable and it needs to end somewhere. So yes, you can look forward to that. what else can I say? Make sure to leave a thumbs up and comment and subscribe on your way out. Have a beautiful week. Peace and love.